drive choices. How you feeling? It's wonderful. It's raining, it's hailing. Oh my God. What the hell?
What the hell?
This is unreal, guys. It actually hurt. Alright, here we go. Stop number 2, Texas Team Trail Lake, Texoma. Yesterday, shorts and t-shirts. This morning, different story. Beanie, 4 layers. We've got our beds on here. I am so glad to be in a 1921 XL today because it might get a little rowdy, but hopefully things are biting.
After a week of cold weather, a strong front has dropped temps into the 40s. It'll remain for most of the day.
So game plan, early animal, later on, well, it's a cold windy day on Texoma. It's going to be rough getting around today, but just going to go get after them and see what we can do. If something unexpected happens and y'all can't make it back to turn that in, just text me with that number, and that way I'll know you're in safe. You're off the water, so. All right.
Man, it's cold. The water's real cold. We won this thing 2 years ago, but it's altogether different. They were bedding then, and fish is just now really starting to move up.
I'm hoping that with that storm coming in, it's going to activate these fish. You know, today, like I said, today was very tough. So I'm hoping tomorrow, with those weather conditions, the fish are going to turn on a little bit, and everybody can go out and catch fish. So it's going to make an interesting tournament. You know, there's not a lot of cover for the anglers or the fish to focus on. So it could be a boat-off play. You know, we're supposed to have some bad weather coming tomorrow, a lot of rain, a lot of wind. So it's kind of one of those things where you just got to put your head down and go fish.
Pray for us.
Forecasts call for a near 100% of rain, with winds gusting at 30. Due to the potential rough conditions, this has become a trailering event. Anglers are free to launch from the ramp of their choice.
Some kind of clear on up above it was falling from the sky.
This is the Bass Pro Banjo team of Michael Clements and PJ Tarr. Coming off a 7th place finish at Rayburn, they came to fish. But their focus is on the progressive team of the year and that nitro boat for the overall points leaders.
This year it's upgraded boat to the Z21, which is just absolutely unheard of. It's a boat that is ready to drop in the water, start tournament fishing on the day that you bring it. Develop another trail out there that gives away as many boats and as many amazing packages as the Texas Team Trail does. Which is one of the reasons that we fish this trail.
That's legit. As you can see behind me, we have a major front moving in right now. Wind is probably 30 out of the north-northeast, maybe 35. It's really cold. The shad are dying off. When the camera turns around, you'll see that there's blue skies to the south, dark rain to our north. Not ideal conditions, but we're all fishing in the same lake at the same time, so we just got to make the best of it.
With conditions worsening, we'll move on and check back with Nitro Boats Tori Taylor, Chris Zaldane, and Justin Rogers.
Came off, dude. Are you kidding me? Came off. Gosh, that felt good, too. Finally get a bite, and it was pulling good, and it came off. Oh, it's tough. But it goes to show you 48 degrees, and they don't snap it. They just barely get it. Dang, that fish felt good, Justin.
That's a big miss on a tough bite. With conditions only expected to worsen, it's imperative that you stay in the game. Your choice of outerwear is key to staying warm, dry, and competitive.
Yeah, I mean, sideways rain and, you know, upper 40s, great state of Oklahoma, Texas.
you gotta stay warm, you gotta stay comfortable. I'm actually using Cabela's guide wear, and this stuff, I'm using the thicker stuff, the fleece line guide wear, and like I'm comfortable. I mean, my hands are cold, but I'm comfy. Like and I'm dry. I mean, nothing down the front or anything like that. That's just nice flap out the front. When I'm running, I just flap this down and we can get it. So yeah, must have.
Chris is wearing the Johnny Morris Pro Shops Guidewear Extreme Parka, featuring Gore-Tex waterproof protection and a full fleece lining to ward off the cold. For the complete line of Bass Pro and Cabela's Johnny Morris Guidewear, visit BassPro.com or scan the QR code for a direct link. The Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Progressive Insurance. Bundle and save. Up next, we'll get back to tournament coverage. But first, we'll check in with Bass Pro Shops' Mike McClellan. Take a look at the all-new Ranger C521R.
The old anglers didn't fish turkey bait too much. There was a few, but these young anglers really picked up on the turkey bait. When you go back in the early days, there was no such thing as a jerk bait. It was called these were called men bait. And you jerk them down and let them float back up, and they weren't made to suspend, they were floaters. It was only when the Arkansas anglers around Arkansas started adding weight to the jerk baits back then, the floaters, and they'd give them to suspend. But then all of a sudden they actually turned into a jerk bait. And then they started to get it down and you jerk it and stop it and jerk it and stop it. And depending on certain temperatures of water, the cadence, how long they would sit was really critical. But in fact, the very first minnow bait was the Impala. The Impala minnow bait was the first one I ever heard of in this country. In a neighborhood friend of mine's dad came back from Lake Washita. He said, man, there's this amazing bait up there. It's a minnow-looking bait. It's got this white oil on it, and you can't even buy them. You had to rent it. You had to rent it for $25 a day. You had to put in a $50 deposit in case you lost it. It was true for a while. But that was the very first one of these, and then they came with the Rhodes and the Long A's and others. But then, like I said, it wasn't until much later the eradication of the jerk bait is basically you're really paying attention to the predator-prey relationships.
Back on Lake Texoma and the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive. With the front passing through, we've seen rain, high winds, and now hail. As conditions continue to worsen, it's best we get off the water and head back to our host for this event, West Bay Casino and Resort, on the shores of Lake Texoma in Kingston, Oklahoma. With on-site gaming, dining, and shopping, West Bay Casino and Resort also offers first-class accommodations, featuring well-appointed king and double queen suites, or for an unmatched escape. West Bay also offers premier independent cabins with 5 bedrooms, 2,500 square feet of living space, along with fully equipped kitchens. For booking and other information, look them up online at westbaycasino.com. Before we get you back on the water, we wanted to introduce you to the next generation of bass boats, the all-new Z Comanche R Series. For more, let's check in with touring pro Mike McClellan.
When you look at the R Series boat, there were a lot of the pros that actually had a lot of input into that particular boat. When we went from the L Series to the R, they brought a lot of us in and we went over different things. And one of the biggest things is just the way the boat's laid out with the storage and the creature features. You've got all of this broad storage. You've actually got storages in all 3 compartments. You can store rods on the port side, the starboard side, in the center. So you're never going to run out of spaces to put all your rods. the iRide system. I mean, I am one that absolutely loves the ride system because it gives you the ability to control things so much easier. It's just all right there on that one screen. Ranger has really done a great job in the rear storage area of our boats now, and I've always felt like Ranger has done a better job than a lot of companies. Everything is so accessible. I mean, it's user friendly, it's customer friendly. You know, one of the biggest things about this era that we're fishing in today is the need for everything that electronics companies offer, and Garmin does a phenomenal job across the board. I mean, I'm actually running a 16 this year. It is unbelievable when it comes to live scoping how much difference that 8616 makes. So I run mapping, sizing machine, so you know there's a lot of features there that Garmin has it covered. You know, one thing about it, I mean, that's the other thing that Ranger does, and it is offer the customer the opportunity to put what electronics and what mounts you want to put on your boat. And Be Down Outdoors has actually come with custom fitted stuff for all the Ranger boats. So I have got a custom leveling plate. I'm running a Be Down Ultimate Shorty up front that is capable of holding units. I can raise that unit up off the deck of the boat 20-some inches, so it allows me, with my struggling what I'm seeing today, to get that screen up closer to me. Then you take a look at the console. You've got, I've got the Be Down double console unit, so it's mounted on a ledge. The units are both on slides, so I can spread them out, I can pull them in, I can angle them any direction I want to get the glare out of the units. Down in some of the most I can do really run, and you know, I take my screws occasionally, but you really don't have to worry about it. Tighten it down, take off and go, and don't worry.
Build and configure your next Ranger boat to your exact specifications at rangerboats.com. And when you're ready to buy, locate a dealer or Bass Pro Boating Center near you. This portion of the Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive is brought to you by Nitro Boats and the Nitro Rewards Program. Mercury Marine, go boldly. AFTCO, any fish, any water. And by Garmin, the leader in sonar and navigation. For the latest news and tournament updates, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And hundreds of feet below, you need a boat with the chops to dominate, no matter the conditions. With the strength and technology to overcome the elements and the competition. Ranger boats, still building legends, one at a time.
Incredible, isn't it?
Well, with your home, auto, boat, and RV all bundled with Progressive, you've got the peace of mind you really wanted.
Yeah, I just hope it stays this way. Once word gets out about these places, they tend to...
Dad?
And there it is.
At least your vehicles are protected. Let's hit the road.
Hey fam, I am just at this beautiful lake that I just discovered, practicing gratitude, manifesting abundance.
Oh, kiddo, that's great. What did your teacher say?
Ever since our move, staying in touch with our family has been very important to us. But with Jim's hearing loss, it's getting harder to talk over the phone. Thankfully, we found a CapTel caption telephone. It shows the captions right over the phone. CapTel is like closed caption TV, but for our phone calls.
There's no to people with hearing loss through a federally managed program. Shipping and installation are free.
Now I know I'm catching everything. No more guessing or asking people to repeat themselves.
Even when you're further away, you have to be a part of their everyday life. Thanks to CapTel.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a CapTel phone at no cost to you. Call 800-226-0021. That's 800-226-0021. Back on Lake Texoma, this is the second of 4 qualifying stops leading up to the Sunday Team Championship this June on San Rafael. One of the storm passed, we get back on the water and resume tournament coverage. We launched this morning with the Bass Pro and Nitro team of Michael Clements and BJ Tarr. Coming off a top 10 at Rayburn, a solid finish today keeps them in the hunt for the Progressive Team of the Year.
Update on how we're doing right now. It is still cold. It is still really windy, and the fish are still really not biting. We covered miles of water yesterday, throwing everything we had at them. Never got a bite except for a 40-pound carp. We're in here, historically an area that is really, really good for the smallmouth. Have yet to get a single bite again this morning. But it's a consensus of what we've been hearing from all of our other competitors yesterday is this lake is just shut down.
It's a tough bite for sure. And with the high winds out on the main lake, most anglers are tucked away in protected caves and areas. Fishing Alabama rigs around boat docks. This is JC and Johnny Thompson. With 4 in the Ranger live well, this one should be number 5.
But
Better than about 9 o'clock this morning. We got into a little area that had some fish. Just not the size we want, but we've got 5 in the boat now and one for big. So it's just slow going, grinding, and keeping it in front of the fish.
Looking just down the road in Carrera, JC and Johnny have a bit of experience on this pond, and both have cashed a few checks over the years. In 2022, Johnny and Michael Sharp put the right 5 together, earning $40,000 for the win, including $500 in Garmin tournament reward money.
The fish were up on the bed then, and we set one little area and cost, I don't know, 20 pounds, I think, what we had. Next to say, water temperature's not good enough yet for that to be happening.
Expectations were high, but with this storm, it's definitely got a lot lower.
For that win in 2022, it took just over 19.5 pounds. 15 pounds and 3 got you paid.
It's going to be a tough one. There's a lot of big fish being caught right now. So I think 20 to 23 pound day would probably take this thing home.
I think the last time we were here was like 19 pounds for the number 1 spot. I'm going to say there's going to be a 20 pound bag at least. 13 is paid and low 20s to win.
Getting down to the final hours of competition, we'll check in with the Nitro team of Clayton Bullware and Tim Klein. Pitching A-rigs, they've got 5. Coming off a top 10 on Raver, Clayton is focused on the progressive points race.
No help.
For the 2nd year in a row, the top team gets a tournament-ready boat loader package.
It's an awesome deal this year. Nitro, White River Marine has really stepped up. They've put the Nitro for next year. Top 10 places are really lucrative. I think they're paying out through 25. They've really come up with a really nice program. So that's what we're here for. We might not be here to win. We're here to definitely, number 1, try to get paid. Number 2, get enough points to stay alive to move on to top 3.
We had cameras for this regular partner Chris McCall, stock number 1 on Raver. Signed up 5 for 20 pounds and reached a first finish at a $1,500 payout.
My team partner wasn't able to make it. He was fishing tournament on Raver, so Tim jumped in the boat with me. And matter of fact, this first time we've been in a boat together this morning.
We got 4 fish, got a solid bag of fish. We got 3 brownies, 2 largemouth. Weather's been tough, but we rounded out and actually caught more fish than anticipated. And we really just need to get 1 more 5 or 6 pounder to have a shot at it.
This portion of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Texas Team Trail presented by Progressive is brought to you by Luge Marine, boating and marine accessories. Welcome to Crush City. And by West Bay Casino and Resort, the Texas Team Trail is also proudly supported by all the fine companies and brands you see here. Also, a big shout out to Tadpoles Marine and Bryan County, Oklahoma. If you're in the market for a new Nitro or tracker boat, look them up at tadpolesmarine.com.
So asking my son to help me bathe, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
okay, whoa, bye. Peace.